and scenic upper dells of the Wisconsin River. We'll be making 2 shore landings today. The first one will be at the Witch's Gulch Killboard Dam, producing electricity over 5 months, especially for lumbermen loading their rafts of lumber down the river to market. They came from the opposite direction we're traveling.
Talk to your mom. Like,
it's warm up here.
Yeah, when you're in the sun, it's not warm.
Once you get it there, you'll have a strap. Wrap it around your back, bring it around the front. There's a clip at the end of the strap, a ring on the jacket, clip it together, pull here to tighten up. The jackets are on that back deck on the big box. We've never had to use them, so don't panic. We just have to tell you about them. Have a good trip.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you aboard the General Bailey. Can you hear me up there? Tap your feet on the floor. Can you hear me all right? No. Well, if you look over your left shoulder behind you, you're going to see a green and gray structure in the distance. That's the Killboard Dam. I'd like to point that out because I'll be making reference to it. We're about to embark on a 10-mile round-trip tour of the beautiful and scenic upper dells of the Wisconsin River. We'll be making 2 shore landings today. The first one will be at the Witch's Gulch. We'll walk through a very beautiful slot canyon. Our second stop will be in Stand Rock, where we'll see that amazing jumping dog. So we have a nice trip in store for you. Before we go any further, I'd like to introduce your crew for today. My name is Alpha. This is my 22nd season here at Yell's Boat Tours. I'm primarily a boat pilot, but this time of year, don't have a lot of fun. I am a former special education teacher. This was my summer job for many years. I moved on from teaching now, so I work here about 7 months of the year, and I really enjoy it. Well, at this point, I'll hand the microphone over to your captain for today. Let him introduce himself.
Well, thank you, Mark. My name is Troy. I'll be my turn to do the piloting portion of the tour today. I'm a native of Wisconsin Dells, born and raised here. I graduated Wisconsin Dells High School many moons ago. This is my 39th year managing a vessel of some sort on this river. Started as a duck driver on a high school, did that for about 3 or 4 years, and then 13 years on a boat just like this on the lower dell. That's below the powerhouse. And in the last 24 years, been really concentrating on driving real fast jet boats in the summertime. But this time of year, like Mark said, we don't have our college students back yet, so we're stuck with a couple of retired guys. I retired from teaching. I was a physical education teacher here in Getaway for 22 of my 30 years. Retired. This is my second school year off from the company. The boat you're riding on today is the General Bailey, built back in 1865 by Schwartz Marine up in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. It's actually our newest of our tour boats. It's 55 feet long, 15 feet wide, weighing approximately 40 tons. And it crafts about 4.5, 5 feet of water, and is powered by twin GM 350 cubic inch beams. Now we do have a few rules we have to abide by while we're on the boat today. Nothing too serious. First one is by the Coast Guard. If you ask me, please. Which makes it perfect for hydroelectric power. There are 26 dams built on this river. And the very first one was just back where we took off, the Kilbourne Dam, built back in 1909. They dammed up the river, raised the water level where we're at right here in the upper Dells, about 17 feet. 24 dams in front of us, all the way up to the northern part of Wisconsin. And there's one below the Kilbourne Dam, producing electricity to over 568 communities on its way. Oh, one more thing, if you decide to come down the stairs, be careful, seats that will blow all over the place. All right, this time I'll hand the microphone back over to Mark, and we will start our journey up the river.
Mosquitoes they don't happen to eat when you mainly live trap. A river called Cambrian or Potsdam sandstone. Said to be some of the oldest bedrock 16 million years old. What makes this rock unique is the fact that once you penetrate the hard outer layer, it's very soft and porous, pretty much practically safe. Came from the opposite direction we're traveling, try to make this 90-degree turn to the left, coming from the other way would oftentimes crash into the rocks to our right. Many men lost their lives at this bend in the river. That's why it's referred to as the Devil's Elbow to this day. Now there was one man by the name of Leroy Gates who was quite successful at navigating this stretch of the river. He was actually paid by other lumbermen to navigate their rafts through here safely. He was very good at it. Leroy was quite a guy. He and his father built the first bridge across the Wisconsin River right in front of us in that very narrow spot. It's been taken out by floodwaters many years ago. That was the very first crossing of the river right in front of us. Also put the first billboard here in the Dells. It's just to the left in this cove, about 6 feet above the water. It's a carving in the rock, very old and faded, but it's just across the front of the boat right now, on the left side. Reads Leroy Gates, Dells and River Pilot, 1849 to 58. Now, if you don't see it, don't feel bad. It's pretty hard to pick out at this point. As the railroad became the more popular method of transporting lumber to market, Leroy found himself unemployed. But he was a resourceful guy. He came up with the idea of the first tour boat rides here in the Dells. If you take his tour, it'd be a little different though. You'd hand him a couple quarters, he in turn would hand you a couple oars. And you'd be paddling him up and down the river most of the afternoon as he sat at the back of the boat under an umbrella, sipping on lemonade and pointing out a few rock formations. Well, I think our tours are a little more accommodating these days. mosquitoes, they don't happen to eat when you mainly live trap and send them in. So and looking out ahead of us, you're going to see two high cliffs in the distance. We call this wildlife in the area, but you don't see a lot because of the steep banks and thick foliage. Well, this channel we're entering now is called the Narrows for obvious reasons. And once again, geologists tell us this channel was carved out at the end of the Ice Age. There was an ice dam lake north of here, and as the temperatures warmed up, that dam gave way, sending a torrent of water rushing through here, carving out this path in a matter of a week or so. Now, had the glaciers come through here, they would have leveled the rocks, and we'd be looking at flat, sandy beaches today. Fortunately, the glaciers split and went around.